Hi, this is Jim Todd with Song Surgeon, and in this weekly video tip we're going to cover this little button down here in the loop control area called the loop bypass. And this is a new feature found in Song Surgeon version 4. It is a feature contained in both the Pro as well as the standard versions. So let's get right to it. Most people who use Song Surgeon for practice purposes use it not only to slow down things but also to set up loops, and you can see on my screen that I have created 4 separate looping areas, and in the real world we probably have each of these looping areas set to a different tempo. In this case I've got the first one set to 80. Let's jump to the second one, it's set to 50. Let's jump to the next one, this third one, it's set to 60, and then this last one's set to 50 again. Now the concept here is most people will create these looping areas and then they'll practice each of them, and they'll practice them repetitively until they think they have enough practice in on it, or until they think they've conquered it, and then they'll move to the next looping area and they'll practice that one, and they'll continue doing the same until they have practiced all of the areas they've identified on their screen as looping areas that they've wanted to practice and slow down and loop. At some point, though, you probably will reach a situation where you want to play the entire song completely through and practice along with it without having these loops to contend with. In other words, you want to turn them off. And in the previous version, the only way really to do that was to delete them or to save it as a project file and then reopen the song as a new instance without any loops created in it. Well, in this version 4, we simply have incorporated this loop bypass button down here, which is by default turned off. But if you turn it on, it means that the looping areas will be bypassed, and you can see that on the screen because the green shading, which indicated that there was a looping area here in each of these four identified sections, is now gone. And although the looping points are still contained on your screen, what happens is when you play this, Song Surgeon ignores these loops as if they're not there. So it will not only not loop, but it will play at the normal speed. So this allows you to play the song through at the normal speed, to practice along with it at normal speed, and then when you're done, if you've decided you haven't quite conquered everything as you thought you perhaps had, and you need to go back and practice some more, you can simply turn this thing back on, and your loops are there and you're ready to go again. So it's really quite simple and straightforward, and hopefully if you haven't been using this, you will, because I think you'll find it quite convenient. And with that, we'll conclude this week's video tip for Song Surgeon.